Good morning, everybody. We're going to work on our math today. And as we're working on our math, we are thinking about place value. And that's what we're working on now. And remember, before winter break, we were working on our story problems. Well, now we've changed a bit, right? We're working on place value. So I wrote down some numbers for us to start out with today. Numbers that you know really well, like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You know those numbers so well. And when we look at those numbers, we want to think about what about those numbers is the same. Do you think you know? Something about each one is the same. Yeah, every single one of those numbers starts with a 1. And we call that the tens place. All of these numbers have a 1 in the tens place. And that's the first number that we see. The second number in each one of them is different. We call that the ones place. So the second place is the ones place. And when we look at that and think about that, we see one group of 10 and 0 ones, one group of 10 and 1 1, one group of 10 and 2 ones, one group of 10 and 3 ones, one group of 10 and 4 ones, one group of 10 and 5 ones, one group of 10 and 6 ones, one group of 10 and 7 ones, one group of 10 and 8 ones, one group of 10 and 9 ones. Now I'm going to show you something that you have known and been doing for a long time. We've been doing it with our straws, only you didn't really realize why we were doing this and why it would become so important. So when a long time ago in the beginning of the year, we just had one group of 10 and we would go 1 and then we would count on as we added 11, or when we had more than that, we would say 10, 11, 12. So one group of 10 and 2 ones is 12. Or we would have gone one group of 10, and if we had 4 ones, we would go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And let's say we had even more than that, like 9 of them. We would say 10. You can do it with me, you remember. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now that one is a teen number. And some of these over here are also teen numbers, starting right here, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So you remember a long time ago, probably in kindergarten, when you started to learn about what it meant when we were talking about a teen number. Well, I'm going to show you something today called secret code cards. And secret code cards, you have some that I sent home with you too, so you can use them to help you. If we have one group of 10, and I'm going to turn around and show you the back side of mine. This is not on the back side of yours, but do you see how there is one group of 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then there is a line through it. We're going to call that a stick. Okay, and I'll come back to that in just a minute. But if we have one group of 10, like our straws, one group of 10, just like that. And then we have one more, just like that. We can think about it like this. 10 plus one more equals 11. And that's what's cool about secret code cards, is that we can take them and move them together like that. And now we see their place value. The first number is the tens. The second number is the ones. One group of 10 and one more makes 11. If we have one group of 10 and two more, that makes 12. So 10 plus 2 equals 12. You know what? That number is still back there. That 0 is still back there because it's still a group of 10. It doesn't become only 1 because 1 plus 2 equals 3. You know that. But 10 plus 2 equals 12. And 10 plus 3 equals 13. And I'm going to show you the back side. There's just 3 to show you just 3 of those, and that it's not a group of 10. 10 plus 4 equals 14. 10 plus 5 equals 15. You guys are starting to realize what's happening. You can say it now. 10 plus 6 equals 16. I hope you said it before me. 10 plus 7 equals 17. 10 plus 8 equals 18. And 10 plus 9 equals 19. I want you to use your secret code cards that you have at home and practice doing that with a grown-up. Take your tens place number and your ones place number. And I like to say that the ones place does some hopping and comes right on over there and gets into the ones place. And say it like this: 10 plus 9 equals 19. So I want you to do that for a grown-up. Now I want you to think about this like maybe like it could be a story problem too. Like let's say your friend Sarah, she has a bag with 10 tennis balls in it. Now let's say she had just 4 of them down on the ground. They were not in the bag. We could use our secret code cards to think about that. 10 in her bag plus 4 would mean that altogether she had 14. Let's say you had a box with 10 pencils in it, and then sitting on your desk, you had 7 more. So we're thinking about it like a story problem. 10 in the box and 7 not in the box. 10, use our secret code cards, plus 7 equals 17. He hops on over and gets into the ones place. Now, yesterday we used my big giant grid board, didn't we? And on my big giant grid board, I'm going to move that over again. I made lots and lots of circles. And on my big giant grid board today, I'm going to show you how I make those circles and then change them up a little bit. So I started out by making 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, when we start to see this in our math today, we're going to start to think about it as what we call a stick. I'm going to turn that into a stick by joining them and making them a group of 10. What do you think about our straws? How did we join them together to make them a group of 10? What did we use? The binder. We turned it into a group of 10. So now we're going to turn these into a group of 10 by making it into a stick. And this is going to help us and make it easier to think about 10. Let's say we had 5 ones. We would think about 10, there's our group of 10, plus 5 ones equals, now we can think about those secret code cards to help us. 10 plus 5. He's going to do some hopping. Hop, hop, hop. Right on top, and he got into the ones place equals 15. Okay, I'm going to leave my group of 10, and I'm going to erase my circles. Put my eraser here, and we're going to change it to a new equation. I'm going to keep my group of 10, and this time I'm going to draw 8 circles. Now I'm going to write that equation. 10 plus 8 equals, and I'll use my secret code cards to help me. 10. My 8 is over here. He's going to do some hopping. Hop, 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 hop. Right on top and into the ones place. 10 plus 8 equals 18. Now, we can kind of see what's happening there. Now we're going to start to think about a new way to look at that. And we're going to think of a new way to count it. So I'm going to take all of that off, and I'm going to turn my board to the other side where I have more room. And this time, I'm going to think about how I joined all those circles together and made it a stick. And instead of drawing all those circles, I want to do this faster. I just want to go 10, and then I'm going to count 11, 12, 13, and do it that way. Do it faster. Let's say I wanted to make 17. I would go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're always kind of looking for faster ways to do this. So let's say I saw a stick and I saw 6 circles. I could count it: 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Easy peasy. Let's say I saw a stick and it had 4 circles next to it. I count 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Easy peasy. Now your only job for today is going to be a homework page. And on your homework page, in your blue math folder, you're going to find one that says the week of January 4th. That's the only one you're going to work on today. You're going to find page 103, the very first sheet. You're not going to do the second sheet today, only the first sheet. And on this first sheet, you're going to start with some counting things that have a group of 10 and some ones. So we can count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You can do it that way. until you get used to it. Or you can start by doing this. I see a group of 10. 5 and 5 is 10. I'm going to turn it into a stick. I'm going to join them together like I did on the big grid board and go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. On yours, you can try it the first way where you count all of them and write your number, or turn it into a group of 10. You can do that both times. It's up to you. Give it a try though, at least one of those. Down at the bottom, you should use your secret code cards to help you. 10 plus 9. You've got your secret code cards. 10 plus 9. Make it do your hopping. Hop, 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 right in front. And it equals 19. And then next to that, you'll see a stick. Now it's a little bit hard to see if I cover the number 10 with my finger. You can see the stick. There's only one stick here, one stick here, and one stick here. Okay. We go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But something that I like that we have always done for a very long time is go like this. 10, 11, or we go 10, freeze, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I always like how we did freeze to help us. So let's look at that again. We would go 10, freeze, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So today for your job, you're going to finish your homework page, just one page, only that page. Take a picture of that and send it to me on Seesaw while you're working on your place value.